Hi Cancer, this is going to be your tarot forecast for the month of November 2022. This can apply if you're a Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, Mars, as well as North Node. So be sure to check out the other signs in case this reading does not resonate with you. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so not all the messages may resonate. So do take what resonates and leave out the rest. And I also wanted to mention that I'm taking personal readings for like natal chart analysis, Synastry chart reading, or relationship compatibility, as well as tarot. So if you'd like to book a reading for any of these, you can contact me on Facebook or email. The links are in the description box below. And I've also started doing counseling sessions or services. This is like an in-depth session where we discuss one-on-one any particular challenge that you may be facing, and I use a combination of methods to discover the root cause of it and help you, um, you know, give you some suggestions on how to overcome these challenges. So if you want to contact me for any of these, drop me a message on Facebook or email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So Cancer, let's look at the cards for you for the month of November. The first one is the King of Pentacles in reverse. The second one is Temperance in reverse. The third one is the Sun in reverse. And the final one is the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So, Cancer. I feel like there was a person in your life in the recent past with strong Taurus energy that may have ended a relationship with you, or maybe you went away from this person. I'm just picking up this very strong romantic connection, or this romantic energy with this person. So when you met this person, they may have felt like the one or somebody that you could see having a future with, but unfortunately, maybe they didn't turn out to be the way you had expected, or maybe there was something about their personality or the way they were that completely made you feel very unsafe. And Cancer, like, you are the kind of sign that needs to feel safe in a relationship. If you feel like somebody's unpredictable or flaky or unstable, not unstable, but just, not very emotionally available, then that really gets you riled up, because you're naturally a nurturer. You like to be there for people. You appreciate consistent conversation and communication. So I feel like, I don't know, I'm just getting this very strong energy that this person was not really into that. They may have been very into themselves, very self absorbed, not big on communication, come and go as they please, on their own timeline is basically what I'm picking up about this person. And Cancer, you are not like that at all. If somebody messages you or texts you, maybe you respond soon. Like, you're not emotionally cold or unavailable. It's not necessarily that this person was emotionally cold, because this is Taurus energy and Taurians are not cold people, but this person particularly, I feel like they were just on their own timeline and they just wanted you to be on their timeline. And that just doesn't make sense to you, Cancer, because for you, you need that symbiosis, you need that harmony in the relationship. Like, if it's not there, then what is even the point? And I feel like you've reached your breaking point and you finally ended things with this person, and you probably hated doing that, but you may have had to do that in the past because it was just messing you up, is what I'm feeling. Now, the second card that I'm getting is Temperance in reverse. Now, things may have been a little bit off kilter. Now, Temperance is the card of Sagittarius, but it's also the card of temperance, of balance, having patience, being balanced. That's all Temperance energy. And I feel like, because it's coming up as a reversal, things may feel a little bit jumpy right now. Things may feel a little bit random or off kilter, like you don't know where you're headed, but you also know at the same time. It's kind of a weird feeling. It's very difficult to describe, especially like if you're a Cancer rising. Mars is right now retrograding in your 12th house in Gemini. So it is a weird energy. Like, let's be real. Like, 12th house is our subconscious mind. It deals with mental health, it deals with spirituality, it deals with like our subconscious realm. And having Mars there, which is a disruptive energy, and going retrograde there, yeah, things are feeling a little bit kooky right now. Like you don't know which way is up and down, but you know that you're moving somewhere, but you don't know. um it's not even about like not knowing the answers. I just feel like even the day to day can be quite stressful for you right now, Cancer. And like you like stability, Cancer. You like stability, you like security, you like safe terrain. And this doesn't feel safe, but it still feels exciting in a weird kind of way. um yeah, like that's how I'm able to describe the energy. So yeah, things don't seem very even keeled right now. I don't think this is you. I don't think this is your energy. Like I don't think this is you feel like being imbalanced. I just feel like this is life around you, or like the atmosphere around you, which is a little bit unpredictable right now. Um, but I do feel like a lot of you sense that something exciting is coming your way, but you don't know what it is. And yet there is all this unpredictability around you. So it's kind of a strange time. But I do see the sun energy coming up as a reversal. Um, don't let the child in you like take a back seat, Cancer, because the sun is like the most positive card to have in any reading. It's like happiness and joy and optimism, and it's also childlike energy. And having the sun in reverse means that maybe some of you are working too hard. Maybe some of you are kind of making up for lost time. I don't know, that's the energy that I'm picking up on, especially with the Three of Pentacles that's come up next to this card. Three of Pentacles is about collaboration and, doing something, working on a project. It's very work oriented. Maybe you guys are extremely busy in the month of November. You're taking on a lot of things. You're doing a lot of things. You have a lot of goals that you want to accomplish. But I would suggest, like, don't let the childlike nature that you have, don't let that take a back seat, because that's really important for your creativity. And I'm not saying this flippantly, like, this is fifth house energy, Leo energy, right? Like the sun is the Leo card. And fifth house has to do with our creative abilities, like um, our hobbies, our sacral chakra, what we like to do in our free time, our leisure. And that's actually very, very powerful energy. Creation is very powerful energy. And so that comes from being childlike. Like you have to get into that childlike state to be able to create or to be able to manifest or to do anything powerful. And it's kind of paradoxical, because only when we reach that childlike state are we really able to dream and imagine and make that a reality, right? So I feel like really dream big, really imagine things that you want in your life, get into that childlike juicy state. Fifth house is juicy state. It's creativity. So it's not about being, you know, like disciplined. Yeah, sure, definitely you need to be disciplined, but like it's not about that. It's about getting into that creative state. And I've said that word quite a few times. It is important. A childlike state which knows that anything is possible. Like children, when they come into this world, they just know that they are the best. Like they only get socially conditioned later to accept less or believe less of themselves because of social conditioning, but they are not born that way. Like they expect the world, right? Like they want food, they want it right now. So it's about entering that childlike state, right? And it's about dreaming. I think dreaming is going to be really important in the month of November. Dream about how you want your life to be. Like, what is the vision you have of your life? Like, really paint a picture in your mind and step into that feeling. I think it's really important to step into that feeling, because that's going to attract more of what you want in your life, right? And the Three of Pentacles is about collaboration, but it's also about collaboration with the right people. So be very discerning. Actually, in this case, I don't think it's so much about collaboration. I think it's about who you allow to enter your life, Cancer. And this could even be romantic relationships. Like, even though the Three of Pentacles is not a like a romantic card, it's more about like work and collaboration and things of that nature. In this context, I do feel it's about people in general that you're allowing in your life. So be very discerning. I think the month of November is all about you being very discerning as to who you allow, or rather who you entertain in your life and who you don't. Because I think after a very, very long time, Cancer, you are beginning to see the truth of many different situations in your life. Especially, with Scorpio being on the fifth house, and we just talked about fifth house energy, which is Leo. And you have the south node there, like especially if you're a Cancer rising, you have the south node there, you've got Venus, Sun, Mercury, a bunch of energies in the sign in your fifth house. So you are having to let go of a lot of beliefs about romantic relationships. I think that's it. Yeah. Like a lot of you associated romantic relationships with being very intense or being a certain way or being obsessive. A lot of like the lower octave Scorpio energies that we associate Scorpio with, right? And Cancer risings, especially, a lot of your romantic relationships may have always been that way, like obsessive, or like there was this, like this power imbalance. Maybe you were the one putting in too much of work in the relationship, the other person barely reciprocated. And I don't know, I just feel like in the month of November, you're just having so many realizations and even painful realizations about not just romantic relationships, but also relationships with family, with relatives, with, people that you've been close with all your life, even friends. Like, you are coming to some really deep realizations, and many of them are painful because you are a giver, Cancer. You like to nurture people, and you don't even think twice when doing that. But you're coming to some really important realizations that not everybody deserves that, quite honestly. And it's about being very discerning now in the month of November as to who is really reciprocating that energy and who is just in it for a free ride. I think a lot of people have been in it for a free ride, not like literally, but you know what I mean, like, the emotional support that you provide. Like, a lot of people leech onto that, and then they just tag along with you just because they need that constant fix. So it's all about that. Like, you don't want that energy anymore. Like, it's about being very, very discerning in the month of November, like who really deserves your energy and who doesn't. And then just breaking away from that, right? You have to keep a lid on your energy going forward. You cannot have energy leaks anymore. You've had quite a lot of that for maybe many, many years, where you've given and people just took, because people will take. If you give, people will take. And a lot of people don't have any limits to taking. And you've quite frankly had your limit. I think you're just done. I think there's this energy of not just being done, but also putting up some really, really clear boundaries as to what you will and won't accept. And so I think you're having these new rules, or like these new criteria internally as to how you're going to assess people and determine if they're really worth your time or not. Yeah. And I'm getting the Three of Swords as your overarching energy. Wow, so yeah, November, I wish I could say like it was like la di da and like really happy. It is a happy month, but it's going to happen. The happiness is going to come once you've cleared out this stuff. There are a lot of karmic things that are coming into your realization in the month of November. And yes, it can be some painful endings or painful realizations where you may go down memory lane and you're like, suddenly you're thinking about that one friend that you thought was your friend, and then you realize that, you know what, they never really had your back. Like, they never gave even like 5% of what you gave them. Or maybe it's like a relationship where you feel like it's like a lot of things are coming into context now in a very objective lens. It's not emotional. Like, you're not viewing the past through an emotional lens anymore. I think you're really seeing it for what it is, and that's really liberating, Cancer. So even though there's this pain with this Three of Swords, this pain is good. This pain is good because it's going to set you free. And what comes after that, especially this Three of Pentacles, is you entertaining people in your life who are beneficial for you. And I know that sounds really like horrible, but beneficial, what I mean by that is people who can actually add to your life. Like, when was the last time, Cancer, you can say that somebody actually added to your life? You're usually the one adding to people's lives. You're usually the one sending the texts. You're usually the one calling up your family or friends to find out how they are. But when was the last time that they actually did that for you on their own accord? I think that's what's the key here. Like, really seeing who is doing that for you of their own accord. Are they really in it for you, or just because of what you can do for them? I think you're really starting to see the true picture here. And yeah, it's painful, but you're going to let a lot of people go because of that. People you really don't need in your life, because who needs that? You don't need energy leeches anymore. Like, you really deserve to have a clean slate and accept people in your life who give back as much as you give. Right? So yeah, that's the energy for you in the month of November, Cancer. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps my videos stay relevant in the YouTube algorithm and helps me present similar content to people who are looking for this. And yeah, if you'd like to book a reading with me, drop me a message on Facebook or email. I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as I can. And thanks a lot for watching. See you in my next video. Bye bye.